That sounds so cool. Everyone is sweating and happy.
Everyone is
So
sweating.
cool. It, now he asked me if it's if this is Italian. No, it's
Yeah,
English.
Italiano.
I try to do.
Mhm. Sash, can you mute everyone from your end just so
Yes,
we
yes,
don't get any.
yes. So everyone is muted. Deutsch today. No, I don't think we do Deutsch today. I don't think that we do that today. So, hello everyone. How is everyone doing? Write a five in the chat if you're super amazed because today we have a special guest, an amazing guest here. I think this is why you're here today because you will get so many great insights. And put in where are you tuning in from? We are always super curious to see how big this community is, where you're tuning in from Bulgaria, from Switzerland, yes, Nasi from Switzerland, Danny from Denmark, Silvia, Spain, Wyoming, Arizona, Belgium, Germany, Phoenix, rugby. Wow, in UK there's a rugby. Hamburg, Australia, wow, Australia, amazing. So Norway, crazy. France, Bulgaria. So a lot of people here, so that's amazing. And you are so smart to jumping on this call today because today you're listening to a legend in this industry. I'm so happy to have him on this call. Always remember, he's also one of the brains in Saga, and we are super happy and thankful for that because he brings in his insights. He sees what will come next in this industry, so he's always ahead of everyone else. He sees what's coming up. So this is yeah. I'm super here. I'm super glad to have you here, Fraser. And I think everyone is super happy to have you on this call and back on this call. And yes, so we are ready to rock and sweat with you.
Hello, there we are. We're in the game. Thank you so much, Sasha. I appreciate it. How is everyone? Do me a favor if you can hear me loud and clear, drop a five in the chat. Yes, Sasha, I hear it's very hot and sweaty in Europe, in different parts of Europe right now, but it ain't nothing compared to Dubai. Like, I'm sorry, guys, but I win that competition. Like you can tell me it's too hot when you walk outside and your glasses steam up, right? Like then you know what it. Then you know the real heat. Woo! Like I literally went for a walk. I went to the supermarket to the freezer section just to cool down, which I know you guys will probably be doing in Europe too, in different parts of the world. And yeah, all right. So hey, and we're not going to keep you for a super long time, but we're definitely going to have a good time tonight. That's the aim of the game here. But I want to teach you some stuff as well. So the email that got sent out addressed three different parts, three different points, and I want to go through them each bit by bit to make sure that we deliver on what was said in the email. So the first one says, why did most people struggle? Why do most people struggle with lead generation, especially in network marketing, right? And in general, most people struggle with lead generation because they don't have a proper lead capture system. That's why. I'm so grateful that when I got started in social media, I decided that I was going to build a page, right? Which took me coding knowledge. It took me money. It took me weeks and weeks and weeks just to write a box that said full name, email, submit. So then I knew that every single time I came across someone, I wanted to give them something of value that would allow them to give me their name, their email, and then hit submit. And years and years and years later, I've now had maybe 300,000 people, 350,000 people have entered in their information to get something of value, whether that thing was for free or whether they paid for it, like a book, right? And here's the flex when it comes to social media. It doesn't matter how many views you get. It doesn't matter how many likes you get. It doesn't matter how many followers you get. What matters is how many people do you have on a list, because that's where the money is. When you started social, when you your upline probably told you, like, you need to write a list of all the people who you know. And then you go through that list and then you're like, right, now what? Well, now what is you keep building your list or you build another list. So how do you do that? Do you meet people and write them down on a piece of paper? No, you capture their information. My dad, a long time ago, how many of you got, drop a 1 in the chat if you've ever had a business card? And when you got your business cards delivered, you were like, oh yes. Ivory, like white ivory card with the metallic embossed black print, and you felt like you were a lawyer, a cool lawyer, or like a surgeon, or like, hey, if you ever need my services, there's my business card. And I remember getting one done, and it was the best. Like, I'm talking double-sided. On one side was like my information. On the other side was the top 10 reasons why people wanted an extra income. So I would say to Anne, hey, Anne, by the way, Anne Azu, everybody. She's got 2 Zs in her name, which makes her double cool, right? So like on the backside, it would have 10 different reasons why people would make money. So I would go to Anne and I would say, hey, Anne, out of those 10 things, which one stands out to you the most? And my dad said to me, he used to say to me at the end of the week, end of the month, how many business cards did you get? How many business cards did you hand out? And I would say like, oh, Dad, like, I think like 120. He would go, whoa! And how many did you get back in return? And I said, like 0. And he went, then therefore you have 0 prospects. I was like, oh, shoot. He said, by giving someone your information, they're a suspect. As soon as they give you their information, they're a prospect because they go on the list. And I never forgot that. So what happened was everyone who came in touch with me, I wanted to make it a no-brainer for them to give me their information so that I could continue to contact them, right? Like an email or like a text or a messenger bot or whatever it is. The whatever it is doesn't necessarily matter. That's the reason why most people struggle with lead generation, because they get so many people come across them, but almost none of them actually enter in their information for you to actually contact and continue to contact. It's not just about generating the lead initially, it's about nurturing the lead enough for them to trust you and then basically beg you to do whatever it is that you're selling. And it's hard. You might feel like that feels a million miles away because you don't have that system set up yet. I'm saying that you all have Saga, so you have it in a way. You've just got to make sure that you get that lead magnet or that capture page all set up and all ready to go, right? Now, here's the second part, and the reason why most people struggle with lead generation is because they don't have a structured place where they can capture the leads. They're then not consistent with the message that they put out there to the world. So instead of posting 1, 2, 3 times a day with a purpose, with intention, they just post like, oh, I'll post on my stories and post on a Monday, didn't post on Tuesday or Wednesday. I did like a live on Thursday about my product. And I made a photo on Friday about me living my life. There's no real direction or intention with the content. If you look at every other marketer, you go onto like Nike's website or like Apple's website, there'll be something there for them to capture your information. There'll be something. Maybe it's not so obvious, but there'll be something there. Yeah, posting, exactly, Daniela, right? Posting to post, not on purpose. Just, tick the box, right? Like, oh my God, I've got to post every day. Okay, I've done it, tick. So by having the lead capture page there, you can now reverse engineer, right? So you go, okay, the lead capture, the lead magnet is a free guide on 7 different meals to help you lose weight, for example, right? It doesn't have to be anything about the product or the business. It helps if it does, but it doesn't have to necessarily. So let's say it's a 7-step guide to losing weight, for example. Now, what I've got to do is I'm going to have conversations with people in a way that I'm able to give them the value, say, hey, I've got something that can help you. It's a 7-step guide to losing weight it's a 7-step guide or 7-meal guide to losing weight. So that's what I need to have in the messenger. How do I get people in the messenger? Then I need to give value around that thing by giving them one meal idea and saying, hey, if you would like 7 other meals like this, message me and I'll send you the information. Now, you wouldn't think that first step if you didn't have the rest of the steps in process. Okay? So that then moves us on to the second point. The second point that we mentioned in the email was the #1 mistake that network marketers make online. Like the #1 mistake. Now, I've worked with a lot of network marketers. I've probably worked with more network marketers online than anyone else, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but it's been nearly 10 years now. And I've been banging the drum of social media for 15 years, 16 years when everyone else was not listening. And now, I've got COVID to thank for that in a little way, because it was mass adoption when COVID happened. Boom, you got to use social media. Thank you very much. Okay. Not thank you very much, but yeah, it helped. It helped the mission, right? Didn't help the health of the world, but it helped the mission, okay? So what I realized was people give the game away too much, meaning they create content to try and make sales instead of trying to serve. They make content for transactions and not for transformations. They make content for profits and not for people. They make posts for income and not for impact. They make posts for commissions and not for the missions, right? So they just, it's too much selling. There's too much raising resistance and not enough creating curiosity, right? And you need to make that switch of raising resistance and creating curiosity. Raising resistance is, in today's video, I'm going to talk about this controller, which you can get from me for $7.99, right? Curiosity would be, this controller in my hand has a special magic button that makes me money. By the way, the special magic button on a controller that makes you money is the off button. Turn the TV off and do something with it, right? Turn the freaking TV off and get to work. Stop. I call it it's a TV, right? Which stands for television. But if you actually listen to that slowly, it's tell-a-vision. Right? If you turn the TV on and you're watching the news is telling you a vision that they want you to hear, getting sucked into the matrix or the negative news or whatever. So instead of letting the TV tell you a vision, go and tell your vision, right? So anyway, so it's giving the game away. It's too much selling. And here's the last one. This is super important. People are building on too many platforms. They're building on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and LinkedIn and YouTube and a podcast and a Telegram community and a ManyChat and MySpace and AOL Messenger and Bumble and Tinder. And like, if you're building this business, in fact, let me know in the chat, how many hours a week do you genuinely believe you're building your business? Snapchat is another one. Yeah, thanks, Sash. Right? How many hours a week do you genuinely believe you're spending to build your business? There's no right or wrong answer. Everyone's different, right? 10, 10, 14, 20, 35, 8, 12, 10. Love it. So I'll tell you this. If you're building the business for more than 40 hours a week, be on all the platforms. If you're building the business in less than 40 hours a week, then be on one platform. Just one. Like, if you go all in, you put, like, let's say you go all in at the casino. I don't like using casino analogies, but I'm going to do it. If you go all in at the casino and the groupier says, what number? You don't go, oh, I'm all in on 28, 7, 4, 18, 36, 35, 32, 0, 3, to no. You go, I'm all in on 28. 28 is my magic number, by the way. I was born on the 28th. Mum and dad were married on the 28th. My brother was born on the 28th. My eldest daughter, Mia, was born on the 28th. Ava was like 3 days away from the 28th. And if she was born on the 28th, I think I would have called her 28. Like, she's just like 28 Brooks. Like, that would have been cool, right? It'd be like Elon Musk style, wouldn't it? Right? So this is Mia and this is 28. Right? That would have been, I mean, she would have hated me for that, but oh, it would have been a story I could have told forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. All right. So again, pick a platform and go all in on it, because it's just like network marketing. If you try and build two companies, you're going to fail at both. It's hard enough building one. Why do we have to be on all of them? And I get it. You create one piece of content. Why not post it on all the platforms? Why? Because every platform requires a different version of yourself. TikTok is a younger platform. Facebook is a little bit older. Instagram is a little bit more cooler. Snapchat is shorter. YouTube is longer. It requires a different version of yourself every single time you turn up. And really, the platforms want you to create the content on their platform. So if I create the content on Instagram and then I save it and post it onto Facebook, then I've not created it on Facebook. I post it onto TikTok, then I've not created it on TikTok. I post it onto YouTube, then I've not posted it onto YouTube. And again, like, oh yeah, Saskia was born on the 28th as well. Anyone else born on the 28th of any month? Legends, automatic legendary status. Anyone want to pretend they were born on the 28th of the month? Just for good laughs? Yeah, go on, Linda. Linda's in. All right. My amazing father was. It's a great number, Antonio. My son's 28th of May. Simona, oh my God, it's coming out the woodwork. Everyone was born on the 28th. Amazing. All right. So, number one, most people struggle because a lack of consistency, because they have a poor lead capture system. You guys have that with Saga. That's the beauty of this. And if you haven't set up that lead magnet, that lead capture page yet, make sure you go ahead and do that. The second one is too much selling and too many platforms. So pick a platform and start creating content that you believe serves someone, right? It's going to take time to get traction, but if you're committed to this game, then you don't have destination mindset. Destination mindset is where you're constantly thinking about the next recruit or the next rank or $1 million a year. That's destination mindset. Fall in love with the journey instead. Marry the process, divorce the results. Now, the third point we mentioned in the email, this is where we'll spend the majority of the time today, was what kind of content actually attracts the right prospect. Drop a 2 in the chat if you would like to attract the right prospect, right? Drop a 2 in the chat. Now, what is the right prospect? Because it's not so obvious, right? What's the right prospect? People ask me a lot, how do I get more serious people? How do I find the right people? Well, the reality is I want you to imagine that you're going on an incentive trip and the only people on the incentive trip are on your team, because your team is the only one in the company that's freaking killing it. And the incentive trip is to a very, very small island in the Maldives. And there's you and 50 of your team. And it's packed. Like, it's like sardines on an island, right? Krista Muti looks like she might already be there with her background. She looks like she's kind of, I don't know where that is exactly. Maybe it's not the Maldives, but we'll imagine that it's the Maldives, right? So we're in the Maldives. You have 50 people there. Who do you want on the island? Because a lot of people will say it doesn't matter, or like anyone, I'll take anyone. But really, you want people who are just like you. Because when you're hanging around people who are like you, you're more adventurous, you're more outgoing, you're more confident. When you have people who are not like if you're a 65-year-old woman and then there are a load of 20-year-old men on the island, I mean, that's a bad example actually. Because maybe that would be a good time. I don't know, depending on marital status and all that fun stuff. Maybe not depending on marital status, right? But if you're, okay, let's try and do it the other way around. No, we won't. We'll stick with that idea. You want people who are just like you. So with that, the right person is you. You want to attract people just like you. Now, the second part of this, before I start making notes on the whiteboard, is that people then think, how do drop a 3 if you've ever wanted people to join? Like, I wish I could sign up someone who's just like me, right? Like, because you get it. Like, I get it. I do it. I run with it. I move with it. I go to all the events. I listen to all the trainings. Oh my God. Here's what you're really then saying. You want to recruit someone who's been to 17 international conventions, has had 482 calls with $1 million mentor, has attended 7.3 million Zoom calls, has read every single book on personal development, has been using Saga for a few months. It's just not possible. It's not possible. So that's why you've got to go and find the people who were you before you got started. And the great thing about that is when you go back to where it all started, you have the confidence of knowing that you're a few steps ahead. Few steps ahead of results, few steps ahead of income, a few steps ahead of confidence, a few steps ahead of clarity, a few steps ahead of progression, a few steps ahead of development. So you need to help the people who you used to be. So this is what you need to do. Number 1. Who do you want to help? Who do you want to help? And by the way, the who is you. If you're a woman, help women. If you're a man, help men. Oh, but I want men in my team too. The women are going, I want men in my team. Great. Then get the women and encourage the women to introduce their partners. And then the men, they can introduce it to their who. Their who are men. Now you've got more men than you wanted. You were like, oh, I need more women. I need more women. I need more women. Right? You love yoga, so you find other people who love yoga. One of the people in the yoga class joins the team. They get their partner who loves football. They attract people who also love football. One of those people loves fashion. They now build a team of people who love fashion. So eventually you won't be able to control the overall team. And that's why there'll be a bunch of misfits on the island in the Maldives with you. But you all are like-minded and you have a common mission and you communicate with one another and it's a good time. Network marketing events are the best because everyone's got one common mission, one common vision together, okay? So the who is you. What do they look like? Where do they hang out? What do they sound like? And it should be fairly easy because it's you. If you're a mum, you're targeting mums. If you're a dad, you're targeting dads. If you're a guy, you target guys, right? Keep it quite broad to begin with. Don't niche. You've heard this word before, right? Niche. Drop a 4 in the chat if you've heard about niche. Niches to riches, right? Niche. You've got to establish my niche. I get it. But the problem with the niche is that people overcomplicate it so much that they don't even get started. So start with, I help men. I help men in their 50s. I help men in their 50s who have just come out of a relationship. I help men in their 50s who are divorced. Ta-da! Now that might take you years to get to that stage, but you'll know exactly what you're doing by the time you get there. All right? So, number 1, who? Number 2, who already has that audience? So if you want to help mums, who already has an audience of mums on the platform that you're on? So if you go, right, I want to build on Instagram. Okay, you build on Instagram. Who are the top 50, like who are 50 accounts that have an audience of people who fit your who? Now, this might take you a little bit of time to establish. You might need to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is legendary at this, by the way. Top tip for you all. This is some AI advice. Go on ChatGPT and say, I build my business using Instagram, right? I build my business using Instagram. I think this is being recorded. Yes! And it will be saved into the Saga library so that you can go back and watch this and rewind and transcribe what I'm saying here. But I'm building my business on Instagram and I'm looking for mums who, like, what are 10 amazing Instagram accounts that I should follow that have an audience of mums, and make their follow account between 10,000 and 100,000. Please enter. It's going to pull up 10 different accounts with the links. So you click on them, follow, and then you make it a part of your daily method of operation to go in to the posts that those people are making and engaging with the people who are commenting, which, by the way, is number 3. Engage. So the who is you audience, you're going to look for like 50 people, 10,000 to 100,000 followers. Audience, sorry, my writing sometimes gets a little bit out of control. I do live in an Arabic country as well, so like I don't know, it's English and Arabic sometimes morphed in. So yeah, not so easy to understand. All right, so the who is you, the audience, you want to look for 50 accounts that have between 10 and 100,000 followers. Don't worry about it too much. If it's got 103,000 followers, keep it on the list. And then they have an audience of your who. And then the next stage is you need to engage with those accounts and engage with the people who are commenting on those accounts' posts, because they're mums and you're looking to help mums, or they're dads and you're looking to help dads, or they're yogis. You're looking to help and you're looking to serve yogis. And when you do this, this is what happens. Now, you guys know I'm from the UK. If you didn't know, now you know. I'm from a place called Liverpool. And like my Aussie friends, we use a word probably more than any other word. I use the word legend and I use this word. Mate. How you doing, mate? What are you doing tonight, mate? What did you have for dinner, mate? What are your plans for the weekend, mate? What book have you read recently, mate? Mate, did you watch the football? Like, and I use legend. So I'm like, hey, legend, hope you're doing good, legend. You're awesome, legend. Keep crushing it, legend. And then mate. Like, it's just such, and yeah, Danny says it's such a northern word. That's a northern word. It is a northern word. And also, it's a very Aussie word. How you going, mate? Good day, mate. What up, mate? Like, my Aussie friends will know what I'm talking about there. We use the word mate a lot. But here we go. It's an acronym. I love acronyms. If you get the right message in front of the right audience at the right time, you will get the right engagement. That's how you find the right person. That's how you find the right people. You put the right message, which we'll talk about in a minute, in front of the right audience, which is this, at the right time, which is consistency, you will get the engagement back. But you have to give the love before you get it back. Drop a 4 in the chat if you love your parents. You don't have to drop a 4 if you don't love them, right? But anyway, okay, good, right? Okay, 4, 4, 4, 4. The reason we love our parents is because they loved us first. Like I'm saying to Mia every day, like 100 times a day, Daddy loves you. I love you. You're the best. I love you. You're amazing. I love you. And then twice a day, maybe 3 times a day, and it's the best 3 times of the day, she'll go, Daddy, I love you. I have to say it 100 times. She says it 3 times. And I'm hoping that it's going to be 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, 100 times. And then it flips. She'll never outperform me on that one. That's a guarantee. She'll never outperform me on that one. So again, we have to get the right message in front of the right audience at the right time to get the engagement. Timing, we have to just be consistent. So the 4th point is create By the way, before we move on to create, the who, once you've set that up, once you've established that, you're only going to improve it. You're not going to change it. You're just going to improve it. Mine started as I help network marketers. And then it went to I help network marketers with social media. Finished. Haven't changed it for a long time since then. I help dads. I help dads in their 50s. That's it. So it's not a daily thing. It's just done. The audiences, once you've got those 50 people in place, you might change some of them out, but it's not something you do daily in terms of I need to find 50 new accounts. It's just you have 50 accounts that you follow. They're active accounts, so they're posting regularly. Happy days. The engaging, that is a daily thing. Do it on the toilet. I call it the toilet technique. A lot of you guys have heard me talk about this before, right? When you go to the toilet, drink more water, eat more fiber, you get more chances to go to the toilet. When you go to the toilet, sit down, go about your business. And while you're going about your business, multitask effectively by engaging on people's posts. The only issue with this is try not to tell too many people about the toilet technique, because otherwise they'll start knowing that you're making a poop while you're commenting, right? So they might reply with like, are you on the toilet right now? And you're like, yep. How did you know? Yeah, okay. I know. They know you too well. It's good, right? It's good. It's a good technique. It's very duplicatable because everyone can do it, right? Everyone can do it. Everyone goes to the toilet. Okay. So then creating content. So this is where it gets a little bit more involved. The pain is the pitch. So you already have your who. What are the pains of the who? So if you're looking to help mums, what are the top 5 pains that mums have? If you're looking to help dads, what are the top 5 pains that dads have? Now, first of all, if the who is you, I would pretty much write down what you believe the 5 top pains that you have are. As a mum, not enough time, stress, overwhelm, loss of identity, no time for myself, always in a hot mess. Now, once you've done that, go on to ChatGPT and just ask ChatGPT. Like, I help women to build a business on social media, and to help with my content, what are the top 5 pains that women around the world, or women in the UK, or women in Denmark, or women in Germany, what are the top 5 pains that women in Europe have? In order from most painful to least painful. And it will tell you based on all the data that it gathers. That's why we love ChatGPT. It helps. So now the pain is the pitch. So you need to make sure that every piece of content you talk, every single piece of content you create has a pain involved. Because people can relate to the pain. People get hooked into the pain. Have you ever watched a movie and like the first scene is quite a painful one? Or you watch a romantic comedy and the guy or the girl messes it all up, and then there's a happily ever after. The pain, the tragedy, the dip, the struggle makes the plot. In fact, plot is an acronym, right? Plot is an acronym. And every time you watch a movie, think of the plot. P is for pain. L is for lesson. O is for opportunity. T is for triumph. Every movie has the same. Every movie has a plot. What's the pain of the movie that pulls you in? What's the lesson of the movie? Every movie has a lesson. What's the opportunity that the hero gets? Every person gets an opportunity, right? Sometimes people mess that up, but whatever. And then the T is for triumph. Who was the winner in the movie? Every single movie has a plot. And if I was to give you a dare that was a fun dare, go and watch a movie, any movie, and let like let yourself know and let me know what was the pain of the movie, what was the lesson of the movie, what was the opportunity in the movie, and what was the triumph of the movie. And you'll have an answer for every single one. T was for triumph. Yeah. Anyway, that's kind of a side note. Okay, so once you've got the pain, now the pain is the pitch. So you need to create hooks from the pain. Now, unless you're marketing professionals, which, yes, you are network marketers, but the majority of network marketers don't know how to market. It's kind of funny how that works, isn't it? Right? Now, because you're not necessarily professional marketers, you haven't got like an MBA in marketing or a bachelor's degree in marketing or whatever, use ChatGPT. I need some help creating some I need some help creating some hooks for my short form content or for my captions or for my stories or for my posts. Using the panes above, please create some hooks. That's it. That's it. So now you got the panes, now you got the hooks. Here's the last point. Give the next step in every piece of content you do from now on for the world to see, meaning on your feed, if it's Instagram, on your wall, if it's on Facebook, on your channel, if it's on YouTube, on your feed, if it's on TikTok, on your profile, if it's on LinkedIn, whatever, right? Make sure you give a clear next step of like, hey, I would love to give you something of value. If you're a dad out there, go to the link in my bio or comment the word dad, and I'll send you a free resource. Like every single piece of content. Sometimes it's video where you say what I've just said. Sometimes it's going to be written caption where you write what I said. Sometimes it might be in your stories where you kind of just, oh, by the way, if you're a dad, message me dad because I've got something I need to send over to you. And again, it's not a scripted robot. It's not to become some sales machine. It's just you mention it casually in the content you're creating. Otherwise, why are you creating the content? Now, you might then say, but hang on, Frazer, you don't have a call to action in every single piece of content. No. But the link in my bio gets clicked 1,000+ times every single month. Why? Because there's a lot of traffic coming onto my page. Why? Because I've been doing that for years and years and years and years and years. There is a moment where you won't need to do the pains, the hooks, the next steps, because you've just naturally got a lot of people coming over to you, clicking your link in the bio, and then leaving their information for you. So, if you want to make more leads through Saga using social media, know who you want to help, start engaging in the places where those people are already hanging out, and create content that talks to that person and make it a no-brainer for them to come and give you their information. You've just got to make sure whatever they're getting on that lead capture page or on that lead magnet is something that they would pay for, even if it's free. And if you don't have anything to give yet, use ChatGPT for everything. Everything. Okay. Greta, Greta. Oh, that's a tough one for me, that one. Is it Greta? Greta. Okay, I feel like I'm getting it wrong. I'm so sorry. Is Facebook and Instagram equal to use? As I have 1,400 friends on Facebook and 320 at Instagram. Okay. Facebook and Instagram, yes, they're great. I personally would start with Facebook. And the reason is because you have more friends there. So you've got loads of people that you can go and contact. But Facebook is just easier to find. Greta. Okay, Greta. Oh my Lord. Okay, so when it comes to Facebook, the audience, it wouldn't necessarily be 50 people. It would be 50 Facebook groups. You don't even have to have 50 Facebook groups. It could be 10. On Instagram, it's people because there are no groups on Instagram. Okay. So if you're considering Facebook and Instagram, I would ask the question, where are you currently getting the most traction? Go all in on that. Doesn't mean you delete your Instagram account. It just means that you're not here's what I would recommend, right? This is like additional advice I would say, and I do this myself. On all the platforms that you're not going to go all in on, go into the settings of your phone and set a 5-minute timer. So when you open that app, you can only go on it for 5 minutes a day. When that happens, eventually you won't even open the app. Because no matter what app you build on, whatever platform you build on, you must create more than you consume. You must do, right? Yes, Instagram has all the influencers, but you don't need the big influencers. I'll tell you this, big influencers don't tend to build big businesses in network marketing. They can sell a lot of product, they can move some volume for the short term, but the best people to join are the people who have 10 to 100,000 followers, who don't really make money from their following, and they're desperate for fame and fortune. They're the best people. They're not influencers. They have a micro community. People who have a community way better than influencers, because the people who have a community, they influence people in the community. So they're an influencer, but they're not seen as one because they haven't got like a million followers. All right. Michelle says, so is it okay to auto post from Facebook to Facebook from Instagram? It's okay, yes, but that post that you send, if you make a post on Instagram and it automatically sends over onto Facebook, that post will do absolutely terribly on Facebook, because Facebook knows, they're like, why are you not coming over to Facebook and saying hi? You're posting it through another app. That's like me going to Massey. Hey, Massey, can you tell that girl that I think she's hot? And then Massey goes over to the girl, says, hey, he thinks you're hot. And then she goes, why didn't he tell me himself? That's the analogy, right? So you get, there we are. Me and Massey, the dream team, although I'm married. Like, it's just an analogy, all right? Okay. Chris, what about the ability for posts on Facebook to go to Instagram? Yeah, same thing. Or the connection of the two with ManyChat. Yeah, if you have things set up so that you're capturing all the engagement, amazing. You've already spent the time to go ahead and create posts on both platforms. But if you're watching this right now and the idea on being on all the platforms is overwhelming you, or you're on all the platforms and it's overwhelming you, then just simplify. Just simplify. Stop being on all the platforms. Just build on one. That's it. So, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for spending 45 minutes with me tonight. I really hope there was something of value there. The action step for you is just make sure that you go ahead. Make sure that you go ahead and set up that lead capture page, and then really establish every single time you're posting on your feed, is this going to drive more people to want to see that lead magnet? If not, what's the real reason you're posting? What's that real reason? Okay. So I appreciate you guys.
Hey,
Big
Fraser.
love. I'm rooting for you. And Sash, thanks for having me, mate. It's been awesome.
Hey, put some fire emojis, put some hearts in the chat. Did you love this kind of training? Would you like to have more of these kind of trainings? Does it help you? So please put, first of all, fire emojis in the chat. We really always appreciate Fraser's time. It's always like gold nuggets, bombs, and yeah, super, super crazy. I
Thanks,
just
guys.
to do two announcements. Maybe you already saw that. We have kind of boards in Saga now in the library. Who of you have already saw that? And the point is, by next week, it will be even upgraded. So you will almost every features there. You can create multiple folders. You even will be able to put in scripts there. Guys, you can put in your own scripts like you have in boards. You will have it in Saga. So that should be like, yeah, Sylvia is loving it. Yes, yes, amazing. So that is coming. And also a very cool feature is what we have is our referral program. Who of you already have someone who's like, I have someone in my team, or I have a friend who's maybe struggling a little bit in this business right now? Oh, my internet connect, but nobody's hearing me, right?
We can hear you now. We just like this is for a little minute.
That's bad. But did you hear about boards?
Yes, yeah, we did. It was
Yeah.
just that last bit, mate. It was just you said like who has someone in their team. I think that's what you were saying. Who has someone in their team who would like
To
something?
have, yeah, to have this kind of training with Frazer. The ability to have Frazer so close, getting these trainings, getting all the knowledge, and having the one and all system in Saga. We have this referral program in Saga. And I don't know, Matteo, if we can spoil it already or if we spoil it next week, because we did some cool updates for you when it comes to the referral program. I don't see Matteo yet, but I know he's on there. Matteo, are you there? Oh, he's not there. He's okay. So then I can tell you, watch out the emails for next week because we have a big surprise for every one of you. Who of you loves surprises? Positive surprises. So there,
Positive surprises.
yes, there comes a great a great present for you guys. So just keep an eye on the emails. There will be coming tons of cool updates. I just can tell you, and you will love it. And also the training of Frazer will be there. So
Ooh.
go out, create amazing lead magnets built on one platform, become your number one. Much.
Wow.
And now I wish everybody.
That was an awesome way to end. That was so cool. So cool. Sasha in slow-mo. Sasha in slow-mo. Yeah, guys, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, go crush it. We're cheering you on. All right. Big love. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.